Have you ever looked at someone you thought you knew better than yourself, only to realize you were staring at a complete stranger? That's what happened to me. And it wasn't some big, dramatic fight or a sudden revelation. It was something small, almost insignificant. It was the fading tan line on her left ring finger. We were having dinner at our favorite spot, a little Italian place in Lincoln Park. The candlelight caught her hand as she reached for her wine glass, and I saw it. Or rather, I saw the lack of it. That pale circle of skin where her wedding ring used to be was almost gone, blended back into the rest of her hand. My heart just dropped. I tried to sound casual when I asked her about it. "Oh, I've been taking it off at work," Sarah said, without even looking at me. "My new project is hands-on, and I don't want to damage it." It sounded reasonable, but a cold dread started to seep into my bones. She worked in marketing. The most hands-on thing she did was type on a keyboard. That night, I couldn't sleep. Her words just echoed in my head, feeling thinner and more transparent each time. The next few weeks were a quiet, personal hell. I became a detective in my own home. I noticed how she'd angle her phone away from me, a nervous habit she'd never had before. Her late nights at the office became more frequent. Then one day, I found a receipt in her coat pocket. Dinner for two at a fancy restaurant. Dated on a night she told me she was working late eating a sad desk salad. The charge was from her personal credit card, not our joint account. She was hiding it. The emotional distance between us grew into a chasm. She became cold, critical. Every little thing I did was wrong. The way I loaded the dishwasher, the shows I watched, even the way I breathed seemed to irritate her. It was classic manipulation, pushing me away to justify her own actions. I was drowning, and the person who was supposed to be my life raft was holding my head underwater. The man I saw in the mirror was a ghost-haunted, hollowed out, losing weight I couldn't afford to lose. One rainy Tuesday, I hit my breaking point. She just left for a girls' weekend in the suburbs. My gut told me otherwise. I couldn't take the uncertainty anymore. I opened her laptop, something I had never done in our 10 years together. Her email was open, and there it was. A thread with a man named Mark. Emails filled with language and promises she hadn't given me in years. Pictures, hotel confirmations. My world didn't just crack, it atomized. I sat on the floor of our study, surrounded by the life we had built, and I shattered. I cried until I had nothing left. And then, something new rose from the ashes, a cold, hard resolve. She wasn't just going to leave me, she was going to burn for this. I would be the one to light the match. My grief turned into fuel. The game was on. I was no longer a heartbroken husband. I was a strategist. I started documenting everything. I used a simple recovery software on our shared cloud account and found the deleted photos she thought were gone forever. Photos of her and Mark laughing on a boat on Lake Michigan, kissing in a park. I printed out every email, every hotel booking. I hired a private investigator, a recommendation from a lawyer my friend knew. It was expensive, but the peace of mind was priceless. He got me photos of them meeting for lunch, holding hands, entering a boutique hotel in the Gold Coast. He got me Mark's full name, his profession a partner at a rival, for man, the fact that he was also married. Oh, this was getting better and better. I meticulously tracked our finances. I saw the thousands of dollars she had been siphoning from our joint savings into her private account. Gifts for him, trips, dinners. She was funding her affair with our future. The evidence binder grew thick, a testament to her betrayal. But I needed the perfect stage for the final act. And I knew just the place. Sarah's parents were celebrating their 40th anniversary. They'd rented a beautiful banquet hall at the Chicago Botanic Garden. Everyone would be their family, old friends, her colleagues, even her boss. It was the perfect audience. In the days leading up to the party, I was the perfect husband. I was attentive, loving, and suggested we renew our vows in the coming year. She ate it up, her arrogance blinding her to the storm that was coming. She even invited Mark and his wife, saying they were new, important clients. The audacity was breathtaking. The night of the party arrived. I wore my best suit. I felt a strange calm, the kind you feel in the eye of a hurricane. I mingled, I smiled, I toasted her parents. Sarah was glowing, accepting compliments, the picture of a happy, successful woman. After the main course, her father invited people to say a few words. I walked to the podium. Sarah smiled at me, a loving, supportive look that now made my stomach turn. I I started by talking about love, commitment, and family. I praised her parents for their 40 years of devotion. Then my tone shifted. Sarah and I have also learned a lot about commitment recently, I said, my eyes locking onto hers. A flicker of confusion crossed her face. For example, I learned about her commitment to her new project at work, a very hands-on project named Mark. A collective gasp went through the room. I saw Mark freeze, his face turning ashen. His wife looked from him to me, her expression crumbling. I didn't stop. I pulled a small remote from my pocket, even brought a small presentation to show you all the hard work she's been putting in. On the large projector screen behind me, a slideshow began. The first image was a photo the Pi took of Sarah and Mark kissing outside his office. Building. Click a screenshot of an email detailing their weekend getaway. Click a photo of them, half-dressed, laughing in a hotel room she thought she'd deleted. Click. A bank statement showing thousands. It's transferred to her secret account. The room was dead silent, except for the quiet clicks of the remote and Sarah's ragged breathing. Her face was a mask of horror. Her father was on his feet, his face purple with rage. Her mother was openly weeping. I turned to Mark's wife. "And for you, Jennifer," I said, my voice soft but clear. "He told Sarah he was filing for divorce weeks ago. I have the emails right here." I looked back at the wreckage of my life. At Sarah, who was being physically supported by her brother, her perfect world detonating around her. At Mark, who was trying to slink out of the room, only to be blocked by his wife's furious glare. I set the remote down on the podium. "Happy anniversary," I said into the microphone. Then I walked out, not looking back, leaving them to the fallout. The aftermath was nuclear. Sarah was fired. Her affair with a competitor's partner was a catastrophic breach of conduct. Mark was also fired, and his wife filed for divorce that Monday, using the evidence I had her lawyers send over. Sarah's family disowned her. Our friends, seeing the proof, sided with me. She tried to fight me in the divorce, but with the evidence of infidelity and financial fraud, her lawyer told her to take the first deal I offered, which was next to nothing. She lost her job, her husband, her family, her money, and her reputation in a single night. I sold the house and moved to a small apartment overlooking the lake. Sometimes on quiet nights I think about her. Not with love, not even with hate anymore. Just a cold, empty curiosity. I heard she moved out of state, trying to start over where no one knew her name. The last I saw of her was a few months after the party. I was walking by the river and I saw a woman who looked like her, sitting alone on a bench. She looked older, tired, and completely broken. She was just another face in the crowd, a stranger. The funny thing is, even from a distance, I could see her left hand. It was bare. There wasn't even a trace of a tan line. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, remember that you are not alone. And taking care of your mental health is the most important step forward. Please consider subscribing for more stories like this.